Hello, this is Jason Robertson coming to you guys from Seattle. And I want to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about an upcoming course that's going to be one of our ongoing series of courses in applied channel theory there in Winterthur, Switzerland at Chiwei Academy. So thank you to Chiwei for organizing yet another one of these courses. This is going to be October 18 and 19, 2025. And this particular course will be a really fascinating chance to slow down and go through major point categories, talking about how Dr. Wang Juyi, my teacher and of course the originator of Jingluo Yixue, applied channel theory, how he thought about the 5 transport points, how he thought about source points, how he thought about collateral points, luo points. And in this particular course, we're going to take very careful time to consider each of these categories first as a whole, the function of that category in the physiological system that is acupuncture, as described in the Neijing, the Nanjing, and early classical texts. And secondly, how to locate those points in the way that Dr. Wang found useful from his 50 years of clinical work in Beijing. And then also for major points, and that means lots of these points, taking time to very carefully work on needle technique for some of these points too. Now, when we talk about locating, needling these points, that is inseparable, of course, from the other major concept that Dr. Wang Juyi found to be so helpful in his clinical work, and that is the idea of palpating acupuncture channels as a diagnostic tool. And so for many people who've been interested in channel palpation, one of the things that immediately hits you is, all right, I understand the idea of running my hands through acupuncture channels as a diagnostic technique, but how do we interpret the information we feel when we palpate the channels? The absolutely first thing about interpreting what you feel when you palpate the channels is knowing the categories of the points where you feel something. In other words, more that you can kind of nerd out on the personality of river points, the personality of sea points, the personality of the source points or the collateral points. Then you can also use your knowledge of the personalities of those points, the functions of those points in the physiological system. You can use that knowledge to then interpret what you're feeling. In other words, when you find a change at a source point, it seems kind of obvious, right? That could be an indicator of deficiency in that channel system. That simple idea that might make perfect sense to you for source points, I want to expand that idea to all the 5 transport points, to the, of course, the collateral points as well, and go through each of those categories, locating those points, talking about how to use them diagnostically, how to needle them, of course, and there's no way we can get through that without also talking about commonly combined points into point category, into point groupings and point pairs. So basically, this will be a course that'll be a chance for experienced and long-term students of applied channel theory to take point location further and further into levels of detail that helps improve clinical results. It'll also be an opportunity for people who might be relatively new to this system of acupuncture to start with something that's familiar. You know, you've heard about the 5 transport points, the collateral points, the cleft points, the source points. And so having a chance to go through those categories from the perspective, through me, of course, but from the perspective of Dr. Wang Juyi, I'm positive no matter what approach to acupuncture you have, no matter what kind of approaches you've studied in the past, you'll find his understanding of these categories will give you more clinical nuance, will give you more clinical ideas, will give you clinical flexibility. So that course will be 2 days, lots of time for hands-on practice, palpation practice, and interaction with these points in all kinds of new ways. So I look forward to seeing you there. I thank the Chiwei team again for keeping this ongoing material growing in Switzerland and in Europe. And send emails, preferably to Chiwei, to ask about the course. Look for us on channelpalpation.org for more information about Wang Juyi. Lots of downloadable cases and downloadable articles on that website. And hope to see you there. Thanks very much for your time.